Hope you're ready for today's English lesson. We're going to do some story writing using our plans that we started yesterday. But before we do that, I've got a little game of bingo to play, which is very exciting. Just going to move these words over here so that you can see them. So hopefully you've got a piece of paper in front of you, and I'm going to show you how I want you to split it up. So I want you to draw 2 lines. It would help if my lines weren't white so you could see them. Apologies. I want you to draw 2 lines going down like this, and then 2 lines going across like this. Okay, so the boxes are roughly the same size. Check that there are 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I've got 9 boxes. Okay, so I've got some words down the side, and these are some of the words that we have been learning in our vocab blast. So we've got blue, glum, underneath, wobbly, float, question, because, burst, calm, thud, plod, and selfish. What I want you to do is I want you to choose me 9 words to put in these boxes. So let me show you. So I'm going to have blue in here. I'm going to put calm in here. I'm going to have thud. I'm going to have burst. I think I might choose plod. Selfish. Wobbly. I'm going to have underneath. And then I'm going to have my last one. Running out, I'm going to have float. Brilliant. Okay, so that is now my bingo grid. You don't need to use these words. You can use any of these words down the side. Okay, so you can use any of these words. You need to put 1 word in each box. So just pause the video and have a little go at doing that for me first. Okay. Right, now I'm going to show you how we play bingo. So what's going to happen is I'm going to say a description or a definition for one of these words down the side. If you've got that word, you're going to cross it off. I'll give you an example, okay? I am going to give a definition. So the definition is when somebody is feeling rather sad and rather miserable. Okay, so I'm having a look on here. Have I got any of those words that mean that? Yes, I've got blue. I've got a big cross through it. Okay, your aim is to try and get as many of these crossed off. So send me a little email to tell me how many words you managed to get in our bingo. Okay, so I've already done blue. So I'm going to do another one, and I'll make sure you know what the words are as we go along. So the next word is going to be the word that means when something moves from side to side. So it's describing how something is moving from side to side. Have you got that one on yours? If you have, give it a cross. Okay, so that word was wobbly, so hopefully you got that. Right, my next word I'm going to use is, when somebody just thinks about themselves and doesn't think about anybody else, okay? So you're being really, when you're thinking about yourself and not anybody else. Well done if you got selfish, and don't forget to cross it off on your chart if you got that. My next one, I'm going to have when, right, I think I'm going to use a word that can be a noun or a verb, okay? And this word means when you are asking somebody something, okay, to find out some information. And it also means when you are querying something. Ooh, it's a tricky one, that one. So that one was question. Well done if you got question. My next one is to come out or explode out of something. So a substance, when a substance leaks or comes out of a packet, potentially. Have you got that one? So that one was burst. My next one is when you are feeling very relaxed, very chilled, very zen. Which word's that? Okay, so that one is calm. Well done. The next one I'm going to have is a preposition. So it's when something is directly under something else. Who can remember what that one is? Well done if you said underneath. My next one is going to be used in a sentence to give a reason as to why something has happened. Well done if you said because. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe someone has not got a full house yet, but almost. My next one is going to be when you are walking along with purpose. What verb do we use to describe that? Plod. Well done. Hopefully, some of you got a line. So if you've got a line, you might have got these 3 words here in one line, or you might have also got 3 down as well. Some of you might have even had what we call a full house, so where all of these words on your bingo chart have been achieved. So well done, hope you enjoyed that little job, and maybe see if you can play a bit of bingo at home with numbers or with some spellings as well. So we're going to have a go today at writing our own stories based on our plans that we created yesterday. And right at the beginning of our story, we need to think carefully about where your alien, and it might be a he or a she, where they crashed their spaceship. Okay, because that's what's going to happen right at the beginning of our story. Just like how Bigu crashed her spaceship into Earth, I want you to have a little think. Where has your alien crashed? So have a little look at the pictures. Maybe it was the desert, a park, maybe it was the supermarket. Okay, now you should have those ideas. Here was my plan. And can you remember I created my lovely little alien here? Okay, a lovely little Flyke. Okay, so Flyke was the main character in my story. And I said, didn't I, that my story was going to be set at a swimming pool, at a leisure centre. And Flyke is going to crash his spaceship straight into the swimming pool. And he's going to try and talk to the lifeguards and the children. And eventually at the end, he will find his way home through the gloomy black hole on a slide. You might be able to remember that. So just spend a couple of minutes going back through your plans that we did yesterday and just talking through the different ideas in them, okay? Because today we're going to have a shorter teaching session so that I want you to spend a little bit longer doing your writing, okay? So my input today will be a little bit shorter, but so that you get enough time to talk and do your writing at home. So first job, read through your plan, what happened in it from yesterday, okay? Great. Okay, so I'm going to move on now and start writing my story. So we're going to be writing short sentences to form a narrative, okay? So to form a story today. I want to make sure I've got an opening sentence, so straight away you know what my story is about. I'm going to explain what has happened, and I'm going to use some adjectives to describe. And here is the part of my plan that I'm going to focus on. I might be thinking about where it is set as well, but mainly going to be looking at what happens at the start of my story and what Jake can see all around him. So, thinking about how Bigu started, Bigu crashed into the planet, and this was the opener straight away, wasn't it? And we found out that Bigu was all alone. And that was our opening sentence. But I can't say that Flyke was all alone because Flyke is crashing into a swimming pool. So he isn't going to be all alone because there's lots of things that are going to be happening all around him. What could I say as my opening sentence instead then? Flyke was confused. Flyke was worried. Flyke was nervous. I think I'm going to have worried. Flyke was worried. That's going to be my opening line. So let me get that started. So I'm going to get rid of these lines here. I'm going to type mine for you. So Flyke was worried. Flyke was worried. 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 It's tricky, the spelling of worried. Look at this. We've got w. The sound is actually an o. Then I've got my my e sound is an I and an e, and then my d at the end. So Flyke was worried. Then I need to think about explaining what has happened. Well, all around him, what could he see? Lots of different things, lots of different noises. So I might say there were lots of things all around him. Yeah, there were lots of things, or there was lots of noise. Yeah, there was lots of noise. I might say because there was so much noise, it hurt his ears. Yeah, it hurt his ears. Ooh, ear. Can you remember which 3 letters make that ear trigraph? Ear, ear. Yes, it's an E-A-R. Great. Ears. It hurt his ears. Flyke was worried. There was lots of noise. It hurt his ears. Great. What else could I say? So what I was going to say wasn't that there was lots of things around him. I'm going to see if I can use and now. So maybe I'll say there were lots of things around him and he was wet and cold because he's in a swimming pool, don't forget. So it's going to be a very unfamiliar environment to him. So there were lots of things around him, and he was wet and cold. There we go. Right. So Flyke was worried. There was lots of noise. It hurt his ears. There were lots of things around him, and he was wet and cold. So I've got wet and cold as some adjectives there. But let me have a look back at my plan down here. Ah, yes. He talks to the different things. Can you remember in Bigu, where Bigu was trying to talk to the leaves, but they moved away? And she tried to talk to the trees, but they didn't understand her, and the rabbits. That's similar, I think I'm going to use in my story as well. So I'm going to say he tried to talk to things. Maybe he tried to talk to the slide. I've got a better idea. He tried to talk to the inflatables, but they floated away. Because can you remember we've used the word float in our vocab lessons? Okay, so to float, to hover above something. Yes, he tried to talk to the inflatables, but they floated away. Yeah, I like that. He tried to talk the inflatables, but they floated away. Great. Just going to make this a little bit smaller because I have a feeling my writing might go on. There we go. They floated away. Let me check. And then my last sentence I'm going to put in here. Can you remember Once Beagle had landed, she thought she heard what? She thought she heard her mum calling her. She went down to the phone box. Right. I don't have a phone box in my leisure centre in my swimming pool. I wonder what my alien could climb into. So he might, sorry. He thought he heard his mum calling. I know. At swimming pools, there's changing rooms, isn't there? There's lots of people in there. So maybe my alien Flag thought that he heard his mum calling him from the changing rooms where the lockers are. Yeah, so he thought he heard his mum calling. And could we say he crawled into, could say a locker, but Jack Flag wouldn't know it's a locker. What would he think it was? Probably just a box, yeah. He thought he heard his mum calling and he crawled, crawled into a box. Oh, great. Right. Let's have a little look at how we are doing. So, now I've written the opening to my story. I've got to make sure that I've got my opening sentence. I've explained what's happened. I've used some adjectives and potentially got my challenge in there. But don't forget, I need my finger spaces and I need capital letters and full stops as well. So shall we go back and have a little look at how I've done? Okay, hopefully this has sparked some of your ideas for your stories today. So Flag was worried. There was lots of noise. It hurt his ears. There were lots of things around him and he was wet and cold. So I've got my and challenge there. I've got wet and cold. He tried, oh my goodness, here, what have I not done? It needs to be a capital letter. He tried to talk to the inflatables, but they floated away. Oh, I really like that. And here, look, I've got my ed suffix because it's happened in the past, okay? He thought he heard his mum calling. We've looked at ing as well. And he crawled into a box. I've got my full stop at the end. I think I'm going to leave it on that cliffhanger there so that tomorrow I can write what happens next. A bit like a moment where I'm on tenterhooks. It makes me think, ooh, what might happen next in my story? So today, I've not put any sheets for you on the website because you don't really need them, okay? I want you to look at your plan from yesterday and I want you to start writing the start of your story, all right? It might take you a little bit longer in today's writing session, but that's why I'm just doing a short introduction today. And then tomorrow we're going to carry on with our alien stories. And I'm so excited to see what you're all writing at home because I had some brilliant aliens sent across to me yesterday, some which were a bit scary, and I hope they don't jump and come out of me in my bedroom anytime soon or even land in school. So have a little go at doing this task. Try and use all those fabulous writing skills that we've done at the end of this unit. Okay, and try and make this the best story that you've written because this is your last lockdown piece before we all come back on Monday. Okay, so it's a chance to show me everything you've learned at home over the past few weeks. Have a go, try your very best, check it when you've written it, read it back through, and I will see you later. Bye everyone.